Hey there, in this video we're going to talk all about the ADX1M, the micro transmitter in the Shure Axient Digital wireless lineup. Check it out. Ross, this is an incredibly small transmitter. Tell me about the ADX1M.
So it's part of the ADX series of Axient Digital transmitters, meaning it is ShowLink enabled. It can be remotely controlled. There's the bigger brother, the ADX1. So ADX1M, M for micro. So when it absolutely has to be as small as possible, maybe to fit in a costume, in a wig, or you've noticed on the ADX1, there's a bit of a rock and roll feel. I think that's perfectly at home on a stage or on a guitar strap, but maybe some of those hard edges are not quite as desirable in certain applications. So we took care with the ADX1M housing to make it as rounded and gentle and smooth as possible.
Very smooth, very lightweight.
Yes, absolutely. This is for a very specific type of wireless user who wants as least intrusive of an option as possible while still getting all of the functionality you would get on any other ADX transmitter. Meaning I can control the settings on this body pack, including the frequency it's operating on. Every setting that you could do locally on the pack, I can do from the AD610 ShowLink access point. So ADX1M, the ADX is what tells you it is ShowLink capable.
So I'm noticing on the ADX1M that this has a different size lavalier than the other big guys here. This is a 3-pin LEMO, is that right?
A 3-pin LEMO only is your option with an ADX1M. So be careful. If you're used to buying Shure body pack transmitters, you are probably familiar with the TA4 style connector. That is the default from Shure. But given the size of the ADX1M, we went with the 3-pin LEMO. So make sure your lav or your headset has got the ability to terminate down a 3-pin LEMO.
Absolutely. And I guess the last thing to talk about on this guy is the battery right here.
Yep, so that is one thing to be aware of as well. So the smaller the transmitter, the smaller the battery. So you are going to get a little less runtime than you would on an ADX1 versus what you would get on an ADX1M. The maximum transmit output strength is a little less as well, so we are anticipating that you're likely using this in a somewhat shorter range use case. Now, you're still comfortably getting 100 feet, 150 feet, make sure you pick the best frequency, whereas with the ADX1, having an external antenna and a little bit higher output transmit strength, you can get the maximum distance with something like an ADX1, but in a controlled setting, maybe a broadcast application, where I just need to wear a small pack, ADX1M is a fantastic option.
I'm noticing that there's no antenna on the outside of this guy too. That might kind of freak some people out.
This is not an illusion. This is not trickery.
Where does it go?
The antenna with an ADX1M is internal. So that again, because we're anticipating this might be hidden in a costume, you might be rolling around in a theater application or on stage, whatever the case might be, best to have that antenna internal so it doesn't break off. So it is a very specific option, but it's there for those who need it.
Such an incredible transmitter in the Shure Axient Digital wireless lineup. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Axient lineup?
Sure. So we've got 3 different receiver options. You've got a dual channel and a 4-channel rack mount receiver option, AD4D, AD4Q. You also have a portable ADX5D 2-channel portable receiver, ShowLink enabled. So I could have 2 of these ADX1Ms with 1 portable ADX5D receiver, and I can control all of the settings on my ADX1Ms from my portable receiver itself. That's unique to the portable receiver. With the rack mount receivers, you're going to want to get an AD610 ShowLink access point. That becomes your method of doing the 2.4 transmission to your ADX transmitters. So we've got ADX1M, that's the micro pack, ADX1. We also have handheld style options, ADX2s. And then we have the AD version of the transmitters. Remember, those are not ShowLink capable. So traditional RF one-way street, transmitter transmits. That's what's going on with an AD1, AD2, AD3, body pack, handheld, and plug-on transmitter respectively.
Incredible. There is absolutely a transmitter and receiver in their lineup for any of your production needs. So take a look at the Shure Axient Digital wireless lineup and the ADX1M today.